Boy, comic book movies are everywhere nowadays, aren't they? They're like westerns in the 50s and 60s. While Marvel is currently running circles around DC when it comes to big budget blockbusters, the latter has had a better record in the direct-to-video market and on the small screen for years. Now, I'm not just talking about new shows like Arrow and The Flash. I'm mainly referring to the DC animated universe, which ran from 1992 to 2006 and featured a plethora of well-written gems such as Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. Since these shows ended, numerous standalone direct-to-video films have been released by Warner Bros. Animation, but a few of the recent ones have actually started sharing continuity with each other for some reason. So far, the ones that apply are Justice League War, a terrible misstep with unlikable characters, and Son of Batman, a decent story with hit-or-miss characters. That brings us to this most recent entry, Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Based on the New 52 Throne of Atlantis comic, written by Jeff Johns, this movie tells the origin story of Aquaman and how he became a member of the Justice League. The tale revolves around Arthur Curry, a young man who just lost his father and who prefers the company of sea creatures. Little does Arthur know that he is really the long-lost heir to the Throne of Atlantis, an undersea kingdom of aquatic denizens who harbor a deep mistrust of those who live on land. Angry at the damage done during Darkseid's invasion in the previous movie, as well as man's pollution and hunting, Curry's half-brother Orm plans to seize the throne and wage war on the surface dwellers. His hostility soon draws the attention of the Justice League, who must work together with Arthur to prevent the war and bring peace between the two worlds. Judging by that description, you'd think that this would be an awesome movie, right? With all of that going on, we might have an entertaining epic on our hands. That would probably be the case if it wasn't about 70 minutes long. This movie suffers from a familiar problem when it comes to the DC animated original movies. It's too short for the story that they are trying to tell. In conjunction, the fact that the movie tries to tell the origin story of Aquaman while remaining an ensemble piece leads to many characters fighting for screen time. I get the feeling that this would have been a lot more interesting if the Justice League was removed from the equation altogether and the focus was squarely on Arthur and his coming to terms with his heritage. That way, we would have more time to develop his character and give his journey the proper weight that it deserves, like what they did with the 2009 Wonder Woman. That film was solely about Diana Prince, how she becomes the titular heroine, and how she reacts to the radically different status of women in today's world as opposed to the warrior upbringing that she was used to. If they absolutely had to include other heroes in this one, probably for marketing reasons, then they could have structured it like Justice League The Flashpoint Paradox. That one also has a pretty large cast of characters, but the plot mainly revolves around the Flash and Batman, with everyone else in supporting roles or cameos. This movie seems to sometimes follow Aquaman and other times follow the League. With that being said, there are several aspects that are fairly enjoyable. Honestly, I have no real problems with the voice cast. Matt Lanter as Arthur works surprisingly well as the unassuming everyman who has a great destiny thrust upon him. He's angry and sarcastic, but you can sense a likable humanity beneath it all. Sam Witwer voices Orm with a princely regality, but he also possesses a psychotic and vengeful menace that makes for a decent villain despite the script basically writing him as Loki. Sumali Montano is alright as Mira, but much of her dialogue is unfortunately just bland exposition. At least it's not as boring as her character on Beware the Batman. As for the rest of the voice talent, remember how many characters in Justice League War were distractingly miscast? Well, luckily, this movie doesn't have that problem. Jason O'Mara continues to shine as Batman, delivering just the right balance of gruff toughness and shadowy mysteriousness. Jerry O'Connell is a better fit for Superman than Alan Tudyk, sounding much more wholesome and inspiring while maintaining a hint of authority. Instead of the urban-sounding Michelle Monaghan, we have Rosario Dawson as Wonder Woman. Her exotic and graceful voice suits the character and credibly conveys the inner strength of the mighty Amazon. Sean Astin enthusiastically portrays the childlike innocence of Captain Marvel, I mean Shazam. Shamar Moore is more understated as Cyborg this time around, injecting a layer of deep regret and uncertainty that offset his technical expertise. Christopher Gorham doesn't get much to work with as the Flash, but he still plays the part with believable knowledge and quick wit. Lastly, we have Hal Jordan / Green Lantern, who was the most irritatingly obnoxious character in the first movie. Rather than Justin Kirk, who frankly sounded like Mandark,
here's the plan. Green Lantern kicks Superman's ass. TMZ's got the video.
Excellent.
the character is voiced here by Nathan Fillion, who is funnier, more naturally charismatic, and even makes some of the bad lines sound good. These actors are more suited to these characters here than in Justice League War. They kept the voices that worked and replaced the ones that didn't. Although, I have to admit, when I hear George Newbern as Steve Trevor, I can't help wishing that he was voicing Superman again. I digress. In addition, the animation remains in top form. The action sequences are beautiful in how smoothly they move while stylistically incorporating superpowered punches and other comic book elements. This film proves that one of the best ways to portray these characters and their abilities is through eye-popping animation. Frederick Wiedmann's musical score, while not all that distinctive, contains a few memorable pieces and works well in strengthening the heroic atmosphere. So, what do I think of Justice League Throne of Atlantis as a whole? It's alright. In the end, it's a lot better than Justice League War, as many negative elements from that film have either been toned down or removed entirely, though a few are still present. In conjunction, the voice actors are well cast and turn in good performances that fit their respective characters, all of which are reasonably appealing. Also, the animation is stellar and showcases some exciting action scenes. However, the issue that holds this film back is the script. You can't connect with the characters as well as you would like because the movie tries to balance so many of them at once. As a result, the story keeps jumping around and certain plot lines aren't given enough time to develop. I can't help wishing that we got a great Aquaman movie instead of an okay Justice League movie with Aquaman in it.